Hey everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Mastering English with Podcasts. It's your girl Raizel here, and I'm super excited about today's topic because it's something that comes up a lot: business English. Now, we all know English is important, but what exactly is business English? Ricky, what comes to your mind when you hear the term?
Business English. The fancy, polished version of the English we speak every day, right? But yeah, in all seriousness, it's more about the specific language and terms used in professional settings, like in meetings, emails, presentations. It's kinda like the corporate version of how we talk over coffee, don't you think?
Exactly. And for everyone listening, business English isn't just about using big words or sounding formal. It's about communicating clearly and professionally in work-related situations. Think about how we say, "Can I get back to you?" instead of "Let me think about it." Simple but effective. Ricky, any examples of how you've noticed business English differs from, say, casual or normal English?
Totally. Okay, imagine you're at a cafe and you want to ask for the Wi-Fi password. You'd say, "Hey, what's the Wi-Fi password?" Simple, right? But in a business setting, if you need information, you'd say, "Could you please provide me with the Wi-Fi details?" See the difference? Business English is a bit more formal, but not robotic, just polished. It's like dressing up your language for a meeting.
Ooh, good example. I love that. And it's so important because it shows how your communication changes depending on the context. Speaking of which, why do you think business English is so important, Ricky? I mean, can't we just get by with normal English?
Good question. I think it's like wearing the right outfit for an event. You wouldn't show up to a wedding in sweatpants, right? Well, in the business world, how you communicate reflects your professionalism. Business English helps you sound more confident and competent, whether you're pitching an idea, writing a report, or just chatting with your boss. Plus, it's kinda the language of the global business world. If you're serious about improving your career, it's essential.
Yeah, it definitely boosts your career. I mean, how often have we heard that good communication is key to success? And business English is like the ultimate toolkit for that. It's the difference between saying, "We're doing okay," and saying, "We're meeting expectations but aiming for improvement." Which one sounds more professional?
Exactly. And you know what? I think there's a myth out there. Some people think business English is just for executives or people in super high positions. But honestly, even if you're just starting your career, knowing how to speak and write professionally can really set you apart. I've seen it firsthand. What about you, Raizel? Any myths you've encountered?
Oh, yeah. One big myth is that business English is all about big, complicated words. People think you have to sound super fancy to speak professionally, but that's not true at all. It's about clarity, not complexity. Like, instead of saying utilize, you can just say use. Simple, right? What matters is making sure your message gets across clearly.
Exactly. No need to go all Shakespeare in a business meeting. Now, let's dive into something practical. How can people actually learn business English? Any tips, Raizel?
Oh, for sure. One of the best ways is to listen to real-life business conversations, like podcasts or TED Talks. Watch how people interact in meetings or how they handle tricky situations. And of course, practice. You could start by changing your casual language to something a bit more formal. For example, instead of saying, "Hey, what's up?" in an email, try, "I hope this message finds you well." What about you, Ricky? Any other ideas?
Yeah, I'd say try to immerse yourself in it daily. Read business articles, follow business blogs, or even watch TV shows that involve professional settings. You'll start picking up phrases naturally and practice writing emails in business English. It's a great way to learn structure and tone. Even if you don't send them, just practicing helps. What do you think about live examples, Raizel? Like, how can people practice in real-life situations?
Ooh, I love live examples. Let's say you're ordering at a restaurant. Try to phrase your order more professionally. Instead of saying, "I'll have the burger," say, "I would like to order the burger, please." Small tweaks, but it's great practice. And if you're working, maybe you can practice during meetings by using phrases like, "Could you clarify that for me?" Or, "I'd like to suggest an alternative."
Nice! And how long do you think people should practice every day?
Honestly, even 15 to 20 minutes a day can make a big difference. It's all about consistency, right? You don't have to sit down and study for hours. Just sprinkle it into your daily routine. Read an article, watch a short video, write a quick email. What do you think, Ricky? Should people practice business English and normal English separately?
I'd say mix them. They go hand in hand. You need normal English for everyday conversations and business English for professional settings. But, hey, if you're working in a professional environment, chances are you'll be switching between the two naturally. So why not practice both together?
Totally agree. And of course, there are always obstacles. What do you think are the most common challenges when learning business English, Ricky?
I think one big challenge is feeling awkward or too formal, especially if you're not used to it. People might feel like they're being too stiff, but over time, it becomes more natural. Another challenge is vocabulary, learning the right business jargon. Any challenges you've noticed, Raizel?
Yeah, I think confidence is a huge one. People worry about making mistakes, especially in front of their bosses or colleagues. But mistakes are part of learning. What about overcoming these challenges? Any tips?
I'd say start small and build confidence by practicing in low-stakes situations. Talk to a friend or practice in front of a mirror. And don't shy away from feedback. Embrace it. What about you, Raizel? Any hacks for avoiding common mistakes?
Definitely. One mistake is using overly casual language in emails. You might say, "Hey, can we meet?" But instead, try, "Would it be possible to schedule a meeting?" It's all about paying attention to tone. And another tip, read your emails out loud before sending them. If it sounds off, change it.
Great tip! And how do you think people can measure their progress in business English?
I'd say keep a journal. Write down the phrases you're learning and how you're using them. If you can look back and see that you're using more business English in emails or conversations, you're making progress. And hey, don't forget to celebrate small wins. Even if it's just successfully sending a formal email without any help, that's progress.
For sure. And speaking of progress, let's wrap this up with some quick tips or hacks to learn business English. I'd say one hack is to set daily or weekly goals, like mastering 5 new phrases a week. What's yours, Raizel?
Ooh, I love that. My hack would be to record yourself speaking. It sounds weird, but hearing yourself can really help you improve. And don't forget to use online resources. There are so many apps and websites that offer business-related vocabulary and exercises.
Awesome tips. And before we go, one final thing. When learning business English, ask yourself questions like, how would I say this in a formal setting? Or, what's the professional way to express this? It really helps with active learning.
Great point. Well, I think that's a perfect note to end on. Remember, business English is all about practice, patience, and progress. So keep going and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Yup, and most importantly, have fun with it. Learning a new skill should be exciting. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Don't forget to like, share, and comment if you found this episode helpful.
See you all in the next one, and good luck with your business English journey. Take care.